get started, I have already logged into NetSuite. We're gonna see the prerequisites for creating our scripts like client script or server-side scripts. So one of the prerequisite is enable features. So I'm gonna navigate to setup, company, and click on enable features. You will be landing up on this particular page called enable features, and then just click on SuiteCloud. And if you just scroll down, you should be able to see this section called as SuiteScript, and make sure to check this checkbox client SuiteScript and server SuiteScript. So usually this checkbox will be checked from administrator. The next thing is to enable the show internal IDs. I'm going to navigate to Home and then click on Set Preferences. You will be landing up on this particular page called Set Preferences. And then in the General section, and there is a checkbox called Show Internal IDs. Make sure you check this checkbox. And finally, you click on Save on this Set Preferences. So once you enable that Show Internal IDs, you should be able to see the field IDs of all the fields present in the sales order record. For example, I want to see the field ID of memo. I can just click the memo label, which is going to show me the field ID of this. And here we have the item sublist, but I don't see the option of seeing the field help for this item sublist, or even the line level details like item quantity. I am not able to see the field help for this. So there is an option to check all the field IDs of this particular sales order record, or not only this record, most of the records in NetSuite, and that will be done by using a record browser. We can speak about the record browser in another section. Now coming to the documentations part, one of the important documentation which NetSuite provides is Help Center. Now let's say I am in this enable features page. I would like to know all the details of this particular enable features. I'm going to click on this Help Center. So I'm just going to hold my control key and click Help to open it in a new window. And this Help Center is going to provide me all the details of that particular page called as enable features. Now I am in the sales order page. Even if I click Help Center from this page, I can see the details of this particular sales order page, like which form, which fields, how to navigate, and all those stuffs, and even the items sub tab. Now let's say in the same Help Center, there is a global search here. Now I would like to find some detail related to record browser. So I'm going to search for record browser. And here are the results it has found. There are around 8,807 results. Wherever it has this word called as browser, or if it has the word called as record, it has provided all the results. So I'm going to click on the first one. So this is a record browser. I'm going to click on this go to SuiteScript record browser. And this record browser is mainly used for SuiteScript development. And you can clearly see it has been highlighted for record browser. And there's a lot of record details like account. Let's say I want to see some details with sales order. I'm going to click S. Once I click S, I can see on the left hand side there are different records. So I just clicked sales order on this. I can see the sales order record details, and I can see the record type ID for the sales order. It also provides all the details, internal IDs of each and every field available on the sales order record. So we have this complete table which has what type of field it is, what is the internal ID of it, and what is the label name. So as I said before, if I just scroll down, in order to find the item sublist, there should be a table below. I can see the sublist sections, and here I can see the item table, and this is the internal ID of the item sublist, and this is the label of this item sublist, and I can see all the fields available on the item sublist with item name, with the ID, the type of field, the label, and everything. Now on the same Help Center page, so I'm going to click on the SuiteAnswers first. So right now I'm in the SuiteAnswers page. So let's say I want to find some details. Let's say I have some issues in my script which says limit exceeded, or SuiteScript limit exceeded, or usage limit exceeded, something like that. So I'm going to search for that error here, and it gives me all the results related to that particular error. And I can see there is an error occurring in MapReduce script with the same word. I can see there is usage limit exceeded in particular SuiteScript. And if I just open this particular error, let's say, it is going to provide me all the different options or use cases on which part this error could have occurred and what could be the solution for this. You can find all the details here, and you can even see the solution and also some script guidance. Let's say I want to find some code related to creating a sales order. Now this has given me all the results. On the left hand side, I can see the filter criteria where we can filter it based on our categories or the target audience. So now from the filter criteria, I've just selected SuiteCloud developer, which is being highlighted in the bold. And I can see all the results related to the SuiteScript. So now let's say I want to open this one. There is something example with retrieving a shipping address. And I can see it has provided me some sample code of user event and how to get the shipping address value along with the code and syntax, everything. Now the next one we have here is in developers. So I will just click on developers. So we can see all the developer documentations here related to SuiteCloud platform. You can find most of the developer documentations here related to SuiteScripts or REST or API references, everything. Now coming to SuiteScript 2.0 modules. So I'm going to search for SuiteScript modules. So I can see the results with SuiteScript modules. So I'm going to click on the SuiteScript modules. NetSuite has created there a lot of APIs, methods, and functions, and they have created various modules. Let's say you want to access some information related to sales order record, or you want to create a sales order record. To create a sales order, we can make use of module called as record module. Say you want to find all the sales orders in this NetSuite account by making a search. We can make use of search module, and these are the commonly used modules like search module, record module. So now let's open the record module now. So we have opened the record module as an example. We can see this module can be used to create, delete, copy, or load, or make changes to a record. And we can see there are a lot of properties for this record object, like record.field, record.macro, record.column, and there are a lot of APIs as well, like record.create, record.delete, record.load. Now let's say I want to create a sales order. Say this is the code, and here I have an API called as record.create. So I'm going to click on this record.create, and it clearly provides me all the details of what this record.create is used for and what it returns and when we call this particular API, and which are the supported scripts, whether it is supported in client script or server-side scripts, and what is the governance usage units if I use this particular API. We can discuss about this governance usage in a separate video, and what are the parameters it is going to accept. So right now we can see the type is dynamic and the default values. Right now I have used two parameters in the record.create API, which is type and is dynamic. So I have provided the value as sales order in the type. Even we could have provided the value as record.type, and then we can provide the sales order value here. How did I come up with this? So let's go back to our API. Here I can see that the type can accept string value, and this is required, and is dynamic is an optional parameter. Right now on the description side, I can clearly see it as this record.type enum value. So I'm going to click on this record.type enum value. Right now I'm in the record.type enum values or this record.type property. So here I can see what are the supported values. So I have used sales order. Let me just search for, and I can see the value here. So this is the value which I have provided here. I can replace this string with this particular one. So now this record.create API is going to return me the record object members. I'm going to store that record object member in the variable called rec. And if you clearly notice, I'm using this particular variable and to call the other set of APIs like set value and everything. So this rec as an access to record object again. So let's go back to our API. So if you clearly notice, this record.create is going to return record.record. And if I go back to the modules again, and here we can see the record.create, which returns record.record. Now if I just scroll up, I can see here record object members. This record object members refers to this particular record.record. We can also see there are other object members like field object members, published object members. Now let's go back to our record object members. So we're gonna access this record object members. If I just click record object members, it is going to show me all the APIs available under this record object members. So I can see I have used my set value here in the record.set value. So this is the API which I used here, like record.set value. The same way I have used select new line, and I can find that here also. So we can easily find all the APIs in this record object members. So this is just an example of record module. So in the same way, we can refer all the different modules and we can use it in our script. And this also provides a lot of sample codes for this particular record module. If I just click go to samples, it is going to take me to the sample codes for this particular record module. And we can see the sample code for creating a contact record, adding a sublist. You can clearly see all the codes provided from them, which are all in 2.1 version. So now let's check the next option, which we have here is videos. So I'll just click on videos. On the left hand side, it has also highlighted the videos part, the table of content. And on the right hand side also, it has all the details. Let's say you want to find some stuff related to Suite Cloud or the developer or NetSuite basics. You can click on this and you can find a lot of videos. And you can even click on Suite Cloud to find the SuiteScript related stuffs. And if I just scroll down, and I can see development related stuffs and even the SuiteScript related videos. Now let's check the other option which we have here, user guide. So let me just click on user guide. It shows me a lot of PDF documents here. Now let's say I want to find some stuffs related to SuiteScript. I can find it here. So now let's quickly open this PDFs. One is SuiteCloud Developer Guide. The another one is SuiteScript 2.0 API reference. The SuiteScript 2.0 API reference is more or like the module details which we saw in the help center. If I just scroll down, so we can see all the options, and you can see more details about this define keyword or the require keyword and the log module and all the different modules. Let's say I just want to see the details of this particular log module. I'm going to click on this log module. it is going to take me here, and it shows all the different APIs available here, and also it is going to show you a sample script. Now let's click on this log.debug, what this log.debug API is and what it accepts and what it returns. So this log.debug does not return anything, and this does not use any governance, but there is some amount of logging in any 60-minute period is limited, and this can be used on both client and server side scripts, and what are the parameters it is going to accept and whether it is required or an optional stuff. You can find all the details of all the modules and the APIs here. Now if I just come back to SuiteScript developer guide, if you want to learn more about the SuiteScript stuffs, we can see the table of contents. It says all the different types of scripts, usage units, best practices for client script or different types of scripts. And if you want to try to use debugger, and if you want to know more about in SuiteScript concepts, the architectures and all the stuff, you can make use of this PDF guide. And the final thing is, if you search for SuiteScript in your Google, you can see the first results from Oracle itself. They have the Oracle documentation where it has this complete SuiteScript overview and also API related stuffs. And there are a lot of documentation from Oracle itself. I hope this video is helpful for you. In the next video, I'm just going to make use of the record browser, and I'm going to make use of all this APIs which I showed you so far, and we're going to create script using those record browser and the record module.